All right. Since we are live, let's check it out. Salute to the mighty LDBC. Much love to the chat. Those of y'all that's in the building early. Smash the like button as you come on in. I say smash the like button as you come on in. We're going to talk a little boxing in the AM. Share the video and spread the word to the ends of the earth. 78 Sports TV is live, you dig? All right, let's roll up, see what we got in the building thus far in the AM. We got the homie Black Superman in the building. What it do? Dirt Game Boss, what's happening with it? David Scott III in the building. We got Dane Watson up in here. Escobar in the building. Let me see here. Lacey the Great. Ravens Nation, what it do? Gabe Moore's in the building. Bush Baby Boxing. Rob Sportsman Lee. Salvador in the building. Let me see. AJ from Wick City. Let me see. My brother Joe Thompson in the building coming through. Standing on LDBC business. Representing that old Hillside Bourbon Company. Make sure you go get you a bottle. That black-owned bourbon. Go and get you some. You got the homie Jalen Hudson in the building. Macaday's Mac of the South. The homie Rod Neal. The homie Darth in the building. My brother's keeper. Rick Blackwell. King Strict in here. Let's see here. HC Boxing is in the building. Ronnie Kino. Young World is in the building. Andre Toppin. A-Wave V09. Mr. Brave. Kevin Hill is in the building. Shout out to the homie Andre Toppin in that super chat early. Appreciate the support. With the two-piece, he says Terence Crawford is the king of boxing right now. Indeed. Let's see here. Homie Dago in the building. Iron Waffles. Vince Vilborn. Let me see here. John in the building. Ratchet since 91. St. Louis Mix. Let me see here. Brandon Adam Perry. Mr. Lightning Boxing. The lovely sister, Shaquilla Fields, is in the building. Let me see here. Tanarius Robinson. What's happening with it, homie? Let me see. Kevin Dunbar. The homie Sheldon. Mr. Sheldon in the building. Cobra Head Sports and Entertainment up in here. Miracle Taz. True Oxen. Kenyatta Jones, what it do? Benjamin. Slick Tom. The homie Insane, what's happening with it? Slip the Jab. Sean Burton. Jay Jude in the building. Let me see what this is. Khan in the building. Justin Jacobs. Aaron Butler. Lit House. The Village Brother. Black Martial Arts Society is in the building. Windsor. Keon True Story. Coach 67 Sports TV is in the building. Tamir Ali. What's happening with it, y'all? Shout out to everybody in the building. Get the lights all the way up. Share the video, all that good stuff, man. Let's go and talk about your boy Oscar De La Hoya. So Oscar De La Hoya, this dude here, man. Oscar has come out and disrespected, Terence Crawford. Now that Terence Crawford has announced his official retirement, Oscar comes out laughing and talking about Crawford's a fool. He only got 2 Hall of Famers on his resume or something like that. He only fought 2 people. And I'm just sitting here like, first of all, Oscar, I don't know what your issue is, besides the obvious that you dudes are angry at Turkey, but why you're taking this out on Terence Crawford, he retired. right? You're a fellow fighter. You should be happy for a man who's gotten to the position to retire. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. Oscar, like these other promoters, Eddie Hearn and the rest, they're all a bunch of slave drivers. Whenever a fighter realizes his worth and stands on that and says, "No, I'm not finna fight for pennies. I'm not finna fight for what you're offering me. Um, I'm finna go over here and I'm finna get more money. I'm finna get money to retire." All of these promoters have an issue with that. They all tell you that they're losing money on the fights and this and that and blah 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 blah. But in reality, they don't want these fighters to know how much they're actually making off of them. You see, Terence Crawford starts working with Turkey, and now, boom, now he got enough money to retire, kick back, relax. Right now, he still got money on the table. Turkey is offering him plenty of money to take other fights, but Crawford is content with where he at. He's content with where he is, and that's great. Now maybe Crawford will come back one day for another bag, but right now he's content with where he is and he's retired. Why isn't a fellow former fighter like Oscar De La Hoya proud of Terence Crawford? Why isn't he happy for Terence Crawford? Why? I'll tell you why. Because Terence Crawford sets a bad example for the up and coming fighters. That's why. Terence Crawford sets a bad example. It's the same reason they dislike the Devin Haney's of the world. Set a bad example for the other fighters that they want under their control. See, they can act like they care about boxing and they care about the Ali Act and all this stuff, but in reality, they're angry with Turkey because Turkey is not giving them room to pull their usual duck tactics. Turkey is not giving them room for them to hustle network after network. Oscar De La Hoya, the PBC, Top Rank and Bob Arum, and others are the reason why HBO is no longer in the sport of boxing. Showtime is no longer in the sport of boxing. Fox is no longer in the sport of boxing. And all these other networks, ESPN is no longer in boxing. ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports, then said forget about boxing. It's because of the business practices of these clowns when they had the torch. When they were driving the bus, they kept driving it off of a cliff. That's what they kept doing. So because they kept doing that, that's the reason why a guy like Turkey Al Sheikh can come into the sport of boxing and pick up the pieces. What Turkey is doing, understand all these guys could have done that. All these fighters could have done that. All these promoters could have done that. We seeing good fights and stuff like this. Fights that normally what we wouldn't get for 4 or 5 years. We starting to see these fights under Turkey Al Sheikh. He said Turkey got these greedy promoters out of the way. Yeah, he did. And he finna get the sanctioning bodies out the way in a minute. He finna get the sanctioning bodies out the way. Everybody that's been a part of this scam, this hustle, is about to start becoming irrelevant within the next couple of years. Shout out to the brother Drew Titan, LLC in the building. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of that nonsense going on with these guys hating. But Oscar is burning bridges, which I don't understand why. I don't know why Oscar and Bernard Hopkins are taking shots at Turkey because you don't have anything that Turkey needs. See what I'm saying? You don't have anything that Turkey needs. It's not like you got a couple of fighters signed to you that are, absolute, what I'm saying, beast and this, and that. And Turkey got to work with you to get them guys on his team. He don't got to work with you. You have Floyd Schofield, a young up and coming fighter, but Floyd Schofield has pulled out of a couple of fights, which left a sad, or not sad, but a sour taste in a lot of the fans' mouth. Okay, So for Oscar to be out here talking as if you got some leverage, you really hurting Golden Boy. Because I think your contract with the Zone, I heard his contract with the Zone is going to be up next summer. So I don't know what you thinking you got. You got Virgil Ortiz. But see, under the old way of doing things, you would try to stall out the Virgil Ortiz and Boots fight. This is how they used to do with HBO, Showtime, and ESPN and other networks. What the promoter would do, oh, the world wants to see Virgil Ortiz versus Boots. So I'm going to wait until it's contract time. I'm going to stall this fight out. I'm not going to let Virgil Ortiz fight Boots yet. I'm going to wait until our contract is up. And when that fight is on the table, that gives them incentive to sign us for another deal. That's how they was doing with HBO, and HBO got tired of it. Showtime got tired of it. ESPN got tired of it. They're like, look, y'all not gonna keep stringing me along. Eddie Hearn did the same thing to the Zone with the Wilder Joshua fight. Eddie Hearn got $1 billion lying to that dude Skipper on the Zone, talking about he gonna make the Joshua Wilder fight, and it's gonna be a trilogy, and it's gonna make $1 billion and blah blah blah, and never made it once. Never made it once. And then signed Joshua to a lifetime contract. What's up, Michael James? What it do? Cheeseburger, what's happening with it? Shout out to everybody in the building. Get the lights all the way up. So this is what these guys do. This is what these promoters were doing to these networks. And this is and they have these promoters now have single-handedly destroyed the way people view the sport of boxing. Now boxing is on an app. You got to watch boxing on the app. Now Turkey that came in and pretty much bought Matchroom. He didn't pretty much bought he bought Ring Magazine from Golden Boy. All right. What's up, sister? The sister combos with Cam in the building. He didn't bought the ring from Golden Boy. He bought Matchroom. So he buying up boxing. Y'all all are for sale. So I don't know why everybody hating on Turkey, because you selling and he's buying. What's the problem? I don't understand that. That's like some chick hating a trick. All he do is stand out there and get them good. He get different girl in his car every day. That's all he do. But as soon as you need some money, you out there standing on the blade looking for him. So and that's what y'all doing. So I don't get what this animosity towards Turkey is in real life. AJ from Wick City in the super chat with the 2-piece. Appreciate the love, fam. He says Bud should fight Oscar since he talking ish. Hey man, Oscar would never get in the ring with Bud. Never. Oscar was scared to get in the ring with Vitor Belfort. Vitor Belfort, a few years back, who fought Holyfield, Vitor got paws on him. He got hands. He used to be an MMA fighter. And back when the MMA first started getting popular, Vitor Belfort was that dude. He was like the young phenom, coming in there just knocking people out. He was like the only guy in MMA with real hands. Everybody else was like, kickboxing or taking you to the ground. But even though Vitor was a Brazilian jiu-jitsu expert too, but he had paws on him. And Oscar was scared to fight Vitor. So anyway, I think they were setting up Crawford after he went to WBC. Yeah, they were going to try to do something shady. A lot of people feel like they was trying to do something shady to Crawford. Crawford got out at the right time before they could rob him, before they could do something crazy and try to mess up his legacy. What else? You said BF in here? What BF? I don't see BF. Let's see. Oh, there you go. Homie BFTB boxed in the building. Where it do, BF? Salute to the homie. Master Musa, what it do, fam? Yeah, man. So they so at this point, I don't know how Oscar De La Hoya is gonna say that Terence Crawford only fought two people. And it's like, first of all, Oscar, you lost to everybody. Yeah, you fought to everybody, but you lost. Like, I'm tired of people thinking they can just get credit because they fought a bunch of people. But if you ain't beat them, you need to be quiet. You need to stop trying to credit. You was never, Oscar, you were never better than Terence Crawford, ever, at any weight class. Now, Oscar was a good fighter. Oscar was a damn good fighter, but he was never better than Terence Crawford. Never. I seen a Blue Blood video about Oscar comments, and I agree with Blue Blood. It's like, first of all, if you go down Oscar's resume, Oscar has, even the people who Oscar did beat. What it do, Stormy? Shout out to the sensei in the building. What's up with the D-Lo? Even if you go down a list of people that Oscar beat, man, let me pull up Oscar resume. That's what we do. Let's just go through it since we on this type of time. Let's see. Okay, here we go. All right, let's share the screen and let's do this. All right. Okay, this Oscar's resume, his box rec, 39-6. Okay, let's go through it. Let me start back here somewhere. Trying to get to the point where he first started fighting good people. I go to Hernandez. Okay. Or John Molina. John Molina was solid. All right. Solid fighter. Nothing special. Nothing nobody's ever gonna remember. But he was a solid fighter. Rafael, solid. Nothing special. Gennaro Hernandez, solid. I was not. This is where, in my opinion, it starts getting good. So Gennaro Hernandez, good fighter. That's a good win right there. Jesse James Leha, good win. I like Leha back in the day. Let me see here. Darrell Tyson, I don't even remember him. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even going front. I don't even remember Darrell Tyson. Sound like somebody, a video game character. Darrell Tyson. Hey, bro. Hey, man, you going to the club tonight? Yeah, Tyson gonna be there. Tyson gonna be there? Yeah, you know the boxer. Man, I'm finna pull up. Hey, man, this is Darrell Tyson. Bro, you know what you just did there. Man, ain't nobody coming to see this dude. Get this dude up out of here. Julio Cesar Chavez. All right, Chavez was an old man, but this was an excellent win. But he was an old man. But good for De La Hoya's resume, because De La Hoya at the time was being questioned by the Mexican fan base about his authenticity. You know what I'm saying? You know, people were saying he's a pretty boy and he wasn't really no real deal Raza type dude. You know what I'm saying? Miguel Angel Gonzalez. I remember that fight. Solid win, but nothing special. Pernell Whitaker, he beat Pernell Whitaker, even though everybody thought he lost that fight, except for De La Hoya fans. Everybody else thought that he lost that fight, and he did lose the fight. Pernell beat him. Pernell made Oscar miss a lot. Oscar was outboxed. And then what really irritated me about that fight was after the fight, when they did this HBO special. After the fight, they did this HBO special where they sat down, they was talking about the decision on whether Oscar really won the fight or not and all that. And Oscar sat there so arrogantly and he literally bragged, bro. He was like, well, you know, he this is what he said in I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember his exact words, but you probably can find it on YouTube. But Oscar was basically bragging that like he got the decision because he's Mexican, he's younger, he's good looking, and he got the decision because he's better for the future of boxing. That's what he basically said, and he was smiling about it, like Yeah, so what? I mean, if they feel like I'm better for the future of boxing, I mean, that's how it goes. This is what he said. What's up with it? I am True Will. Shout out to the homie Faquan in the super chat with the or super sticker with the 5-piece. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the support. Yeah, so Oscar, yeah, he definitely knows he lost to Purnell. I remember watching that on HBO. I was mad just listening to that. How arrogantly he talked about getting the decision over Purnell. He didn't care if it was a robbery. Let me see here. All right. David Kamua, I don't even remember that fight. Hector Camacho, I definitely remember that fight. That's a solid win for Oscar. Even though Camacho was considered to be washed at the time, it was still a solid win because Camacho was talking crazy. Let me see here. Rivera, trash win. Uh, Another trash win. Then he fought Julio Cesar Chavez again, and he beat Chavez again. Chavez was washed. He couldn't mess with Oscar. So I give him credit for both Chavez wins, the Camacho win, Hernandez, right? Ike Corte. I thought he lost to Ike Corte. Close fight though. I thought he lost to Ike Corte. Corte knocked him down with a left hook. He was whooping on Oscar, and Corte was in there banging with him. Oscar fought well though. That was one of my favorite fights from Oscar De La Hoya. Showed a lot of heart in that fight, but it was a close fight. I personally thought Corte beat him. Obakar, good win. Felix Trinidad, he lost to Felix Trinidad. Oscar lost to Felix Trinidad because y'all love talking about running and all that, and Oscar talking about people running and people being boring. But when you fought Trinidad, when you lost that decision and you went around crying, talking about come on, give him a fucking boxing lesson. Give him a fucking boxing lesson. Damn it. I give him a boxing lesson. All right. First half of the fight, you won. Second half of the fight, you ran around the ring playing pity pat, and you lost to Felix Trinidad. All right, that's a legacy fight that you lost. The real Coley, I don't even remember that fight. Sugar Shane Mosley, you lost to Shane Mosley, and Shane Mosley at the time moved up from lightweight. He was one of the greatest lightweights of all time. Moved up from lightweight to 147 and beat you. And he was your amateur rival. Y'all have been fighting in the amateurs like the way Devin and Ryan got their amateur background. That's how Shane and Oscar was. So you lost to so far you lost 2 legacy fights, Trinidad and Mosley, and a lot of people thought you lost to. You got a gift versus Pernell Whitaker and Ike Corte, but whatever. You beat Arturo Gatti. Means nothing. Let me see here. Another bum here is Javier Cat. Fernando Vargas, good fight. Fernando was talking crazy. Fernando was questioning Oscar De La Hoya's authenticity as a Mexican. And I was rooting for Fernando Vargas in that fight. Fernando was one of my favorite fighters. I wanted him to beat Trinidad. He lost. I wanted him to beat Oscar. He lost, but whatever. So this is a good win on Oscar. He beat Fernando Vargas. All right. Campus fight, trash. Lost to Shane Mosley again. It's another legacy fight you lost. You lost to Felix Strum, but they gave you the decision. Right? They gave you a decision when you moved up to fight Felix Strum, but you actually lost. So that's another fight that a lot of people forget. Oscar lost that fight. A lot of people forget that because it's Felix Strum. Who cares, right? It wasn't a lot of noise wasn't made about that, but he lost that fight to Felix Strum. He got beat up. Then you got knocked out by Bernard Hopkins. Bernard Hopkins hit you in the liver, and you doodled on yourself a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You fell down and was afraid to get back up. You act like the punch was so devastating, but in reality, you didn't want to move because you felt it leaking. It was leaking. The little bit of doo-doo was coming out. So you lost to Bernard Hopkins, another legacy fight. Ricardo Mayorga, you beat him, but Mayorga was always trash. He was just entertaining. You lost to Floyd Mayweather Jr. That's another huge legacy fight you lost. Um, Steve Forbes, you beat him. Doesn't mean anything. Nobody will remember Steve Forbes. No disrespect to Steve Forbes though, but ain't nobody gonna remember Steve Forbes. And then you got knocked out. Well, you got stopped by Pacquiao. Uh, uh, it was just disgusting. I don't remember if he got stopped. What happened in that fight? Didn't the corner stop it or something? I know he got beat up badly by Pacquiao. It was just horrible his last fight. You know what I'm saying? But so you lost to Pacquiao, all right? Legacy fight, all right? You lost to Floyd Mayweather, legacy fight. Lost to Bernard Hopkins, legacy fight. Gift decision versus Felix Trump. Lost to Shane Mosley 2 times, legacy fight. All right. Beat Fernando Vargas. All right. You let me see here. Lost to Felix Trinidad, legacy fight. You beat Ike Corte in a controversial fashion. Many people thought you lost that. Just like the Felix Trump situation. You beat Julio Cesar Chavez, legacy fight. All right. Let's see here. You beat Camacho, legacy fight. You beat Pernell Whitaker when people thought you lost, legacy fight. All right, so Oscar, you got 39 wins, 6 losses. You're not a better fighter than Terence Bud Crawford. I think Terence Crawford beats everybody on your resume. That's what I think. I think he beats everybody on your resume. I think the person that gives Crawford the toughest time is Pernell Whitaker. If Crawford was to fight Pernell at 140 or 135 or even 147, Pernell Whitaker gives him a tough fight. But I think Crawford still beats Pernell. I don't see anybody on your resume that could beat Terence Crawford. And maybe Floyd. Floyd might be able to get busy, but you didn't beat Floyd. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say is nobody that you beat can beat Terence Crawford. Nobody that you beat can beat Terence Crawford. That's what I'm trying to say. Let me see here. Let me see. Shout out to Slick Tom and the Super Chat with that 2-piece. Much love, much appreciation. He says, Ryan out here saying he made Devin crap himself. Ryan? Man, nobody care what Ryan got to say, man. Ryan Garcia is on the juice. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Garcia on the juice and he a racist. So don't nobody care what Ryan think or what he talking about. Man, the man abandoned his child when it was same week the child was born. The man abandoned the child, and nobody he got no backlash from it. D-Lo in the super chat, the 2-piece, appreciate the love. Says B-Hop made Oscar quit. He said made him queef with his body shot. Wow. Had that boy in there queef. Big Dog Willie in the super chat, 5-piece, appreciate the support. He says the Tankamaniac saying that Bud retired because Conte, oh my God, Conte passed and can't use snack. Tankamaniacs, some evil fans. So Tankamaniac simps of the year, 7, you agree? Yeah, well, they listen. Tankamaniacs is zesty. They don't care nothing about it. These guys have a narrative, and I told you they. Not only that, but the most important thing about Tankamaniacs is that they're a bunch of sellouts. That's the most important thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't even care if they're zesty or not. That's their personal business and what they decide to jack off to on their own computer. But what I'm concerned about is the level of jig activity. That's what I'm concerned about. These dudes will make videos and blatantly accuse 2 black fighters of juicing when there's zero proof or evidence. These guys never tested positive, never failed a drug test, but they'll still say that they are, insinuating, create fake narratives and stories that these guys like Terence Crawford and Devin Haney are juicing, but then turn around when guys who are juicing, they don't even make no videos. When Eddie Reynoso, whole gym test positive, where's the energy from these dudes? Where's the consistent videos constantly? They was even trying to give Ryan Garcia a pass, still giving Ryan a pass, talking about tainted supplements and all this old mess. So yeah, I don't have no respect for them guys. I don't have no respect for Tank Maniacs because most of them is a bunch of sellouts. You know what I'm saying? They're a bunch of sellouts. Let me see here. Do 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 do. So no videos, no conversation, no need for answers by the ones who are actually caught. Yeah, they got nothing to say about it. Nothing. But that's my problem with the internet in general. Black folks on the online, bro, is like it's so many sellouts from amongst our people, dog. I'm just gonna stop calling them my people, but it's a lot of sellouts that look like us, I should say. Whole lot of them, bro. All they talk about, cause see, they done figured out that the YouTube algorithm, Instagram algorithm, Facebook algorithm, this algorithm, all of them was programmed by the man, if you know what I'm talking about. And the algorithm is racist. They figured that out. You get rewarded for dragging your own people, right? And then they hide your videos if you start dragging their people. But they reward you for dragging your own. That's why everybody running around here pretending like they hate Diddy so much. These dudes don't care about no Diddy. Diddy just brings a lot of views and money for them, right? So when these guys come on here and be like, "Oh man, you talking about Tank? You talking about Tank?" Right? But then the same cats be all on these channels. They talk about Devin Haney every day about some steroids. Devin Haney and Terence Crawford on steroids. Like, what are you talking about? What? And they got people believing this stuff, man. But then defend a racist and Ryan Garcia. I don't know how you as a black person can go and support anybody to do that, especially when the dudes y'all support suck on pickles. I'll say it that way. The dudes y'all support suck on pickles openly. They fantasize about sucking on other men's pickles, and then y'all is totally fine with this. Y'all act like it don't even matter because it's just well, I don't care about what he do. I don't care, man. I mean, y'all just some weirdos, bro. Y'all some weirdos. And I'm gonna tell you something. If one of the brothers ever get mad enough to like really go in and drop a detailed video, I'm calling out every last one of you weirdos. If y'all try to distance yourself from these cats, then I don't want to hear it because y'all already know. You having a good time right now. You know these cats is weirdos. Don't try to play games. Yeah, but these a lot of these cats is straight sellouts and pickle juice drinkers. You know what I'm saying? What y'all in here arguing about? What drink? What y'all in here arguing about now? Let me go up here and see what drink is talking about. What is drink talking about, man? I ain't got time to look all that up here, bro. Tell me, drink ain't in the comments arguing about this Earl Spence stuff again. Please tell me, Drew, that drink is not in the chat talking about this Earl Spence stuff again, bro. Y'all look, y'all gonna have to get over this, fam. This is diabolical, bro. Straight up, fam. Straight up, bro. This is crazy. This is madness, drink. The Earl Spence fight was years ago, fam. People, both of them are black fighters, bro. Earl Spence is black. Terence Crawford is black. People like Earl more. Earl was more down to earth, more of a people person. People liked Earl. Earl will pull up on your channel and come talk to you. Crawford was more of an introvert. It's okay for people to think Earl was going to win the fight. That's okay. Crawford beat him up. He won. He got his props. I don't understand why is we still mad about this? Yeah, this is nasty work. But yeah, anyway, um, you said 2 years old, about to be three. Yeah, that fight, man, is crazy old, fam. Yeah, man, it is what it is, man. I ain't nobody. Look, man, it is what it is, bro. Like I said, I was supporting Terence Crawford before he fought Earl Spence. Only two people I thought could beat Terence Crawford was Sean Porter and Earl Spence because of the stylistic matchup, and that's because I underestimated how strong Terence Crawford actually was. People warned me and told me how strong he was. They said, "Nah, man, Sean Porter ain't stronger than Bud. Earl ain't strong." I'm like, "Nah, man." They're like, "Nah, man, I'm telling you, Crawford used to be a wrestler." I didn't believe it, and he proved me wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Everybody else, I picked Crawford to beat him, easy. Everybody, right? Boxer, yeah. I had Bud on it's my number one pound for pound fighter for I don't know how many years. I don't know how long it was. Uh, I know at one point I had Floyd, one point I had Andre Ward, and one point I had Terence Crawford forever. Terence Crawford still my number one pound for pound fighter. But yeah, people will come over and they're, oh, you LDBC, y'all hate Bud. Y'all was hating on Bud. And you, like, dude, shut up, man. Just shut up, bro. Yeah, but that's what people do. Like all the people who was running around here just a month ago, 2 months ago, talking about how Devin Haney was gonna get beat up by young Brian Norman. Devin Haney, man, you know what I'm saying? Devin don't oh, let me go back up here, check out the super chat. Let me see. Let's see. My brother Drew Titan LLC, the super chat with that 5 piece. Much love, much appreciation, Drew. He says, "Why would we listen to a dude that pulls large pieces of furniture out his rectum?" Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. This is who Oscar is. This is who Oscar shoot like what Boxiana say. He be shoot Micronites out his rectum. This is nasty work. But anyway, yeah, everybody was talking all this mess about how Devin was gonna get whooped. You know, Devin ain't this. Devin ain't, man. He fighting a young prime black fighter. He fights somebody his same height, his same reach, and strong as him. And yeah, Devin, all the narratives that y'all listen to the haters, they literally create these narratives. Devin ain't the same after Ryan. No, that's what y'all want to believe. You want to believe he's not the same. You want to believe he can't guard a left hook. You want to believe all these narratives that was put out. This is why I be trying to tell y'all, bro. People be coming on YouTube and on the internet trying to act like they so smart and all this, but really, y'all are slaves to ESPN. Y'all slaves to the big media. When the media puts out a narrative, y'all come on here because y'all want to sound smart and y'all regurgitate everything the media is saying. Oh, I don't watch ESPN. Oh, I don't mess with Fox Sports One. Oh, I don't mess with the mainstream media. But then you regurgitate everything they say. Yeah, you watch them, you listen to them. That's why people cut down the volume when they're watching fights because you can be influenced by the commentary. I've seen people do it. People that know boxing, I've seen them be influenced by the commentary because it's like this. Nobody likes to be. It's human nature. People like to be a part of the crowd. People like to be a part of you know the mob or whatever is happening. Nobody wants to be feel like they left out or they're part of the eyeballs, right? So people tend to move with the herd. So when you hear the announcers, like when Devin Haney fought Ramirez, within the first 30 seconds, I already knew Antonio Tarver bet against Devin Haney, and he was mad because when he seen Devin Haney, how Devin was moving, right away Antonio Tarver knew, man, if he fight like this, I'm finna lose my money. And he got within the first 20 seconds of the fight, Antonio Tarver is already, man, what Haney doing? He look unsteady. Man, he's like, what are you talking about? Nothing even happened yet. This man is literally circling the ring. You talking about he look unsteady. His legs look wobbly. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And then you know what happened? I started getting text messages. People, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, bro, it's the first round. Not one punch has been thrown, and everybody panicking. Okay, I see what's going on here. Y'all dudes be talking a good game, but y'all get influenced by this commentary all the time. Y'all get influenced by the commentary, man. How is it within the first 30 seconds of a fight, everybody panicking? Oh my God, his legs is wobbly. Oh my God, man, this don't look right. I mean, I don't like how they're looking right now. What? It's 30 seconds, fam. What are you talking about? So I already knew what type of fight we was finna have right then and there. I said, okay, here we go. Y'all been listening to this mess. Y'all been listening to the mess. And that's what people do, man. People listen to narratives, fam. They listen to these narratives, bro. So anyway, back to what I was talking about with this video. Drew say 78. Devin's shoes were damaged. That was the real thing. Devin's legs were fine though. Yeah. I seen his shoes is messed up. I seen his shoes being messed up, and but yeah, but all you could tell who bet against Devin right away, right away. Within the first 30 seconds of the fight, man, I'm listening. I'm like, oh my God, bro, you could tell. That's why this sports gambling has messed up boxing, has messed up sports in general. The NBA ain't the same. It's hard to watch it. You never get a real breakdown, actual fair breakdown from people no more. Everything is always got to do with their money. You know what I'm saying? How much money they want guys to shoot the ball more so he can score. He can get they whatever you call it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever little gambling terminology y'all use and stuff like that. Yeah, the NFL as well, bro. It's like you try to listen to people, they breakdowns, and everything is about how much money. Yeah, man, I think such and such should run for at least 100 yards. Yeah. So I'm betting on. I'm like, bro, I'm nobody finna listen to you, bro. You ain't even speaking from the heart. You speaking from a gambler's perspective. Might as well be a dope fiend. Ain't nobody finna listen to no dope fiend, man. You see here. Shout out to the homie Boxer Fan Times 4 in the super chat with that 5-piece. Appreciate the support. It says, other than the commentary, people simply don't know what they're watching. Yeah, a lot of them don't. They listen to these crazy narratives. Africa is home in the super chat with that 5-piece. Appreciate the love, fam. It says respect. 78, peace to the family. Peace to you, bro. Appreciate the support. Yeah, Stormy, they say he had PTSD. Say Dev had PTSD and all kind of nonsense. You know what I'm saying? And then even after he go out there and beat Brian Norman, you still got Eddie Hearn running his mouth. Eddie's still running his mouth. Shout out to the homie Stormy B Man and Sensei in the super chat with that 5-piece. Appreciate the love. Says Debo was gauging Norman's speed, power, range, and capturing his timing. A similar strategy employed by Bud. Next thing you know, round 2, Norman man down. Absolutely. They don't want to give him no credit for it though. So now they moved the goalposts. Now you got Taco Head out here talking about Mario Barrios is the best welterweight. It's like, bro, you can't make this up, bro. Like this is beyond diabolical. This is like you, bro. How much of a sellout can you possibly be? It ain't enough money in the world, bro. It just ain't. 2020, it's gonna be 2026, and dude's still walking around with a shag. Like, how do you go to the barber shop and be like, "Hey man, let me get let me get that shag." A shag? Yeah, yeah. Let me get that shag, man. That's the Sonic the Hedgehog joint. Let me get that. This nasty work. Nasty work. What's up, beautiful brown sugar? Tay Tay is in the building. Oh, let me stop sharing this Oscar resume joint. So anyway, you get the gist of it. What's up, Will Sinclair? He said that's a Chicago haircut. That's cap. That's cap. There ain't no Chicago haircut, bro. It might be it used to be a Dallas haircut back in the day, but there ain't no Chicago haircut. Only person I done seen in Chicago with that haircut was dude. You know what I'm saying? Dude went up in there and told the barber, "Let me get that deal. Let me get that deal." Hey, what's the deal? The deal here. You don't know that? I only think of you on two occasions. That's day and night. I'd go for broke if I could be with you. Only you can make it right. Let me get that joint. Like, yeah, okay, man. You a little too young for that one, ain't you? Every time I close my eyes, I think of you. Looking at show that down somewhere. That ridiculous haircut. So, did you see the WNBA racist mascot nonsense? No, I didn't see that. The WBA racist mascot. I didn't see that. I might have to check that out. Let me see here. Y'all still in the chat arguing, man. What's up, Thomas from the Boogie Down? D Munson said, "Give me that Shaolin monk." I get the Shaolin monk. That's what I got right now. But if you get once you get the tail in the back, what you call that? What haircut is that? When it's bald and then you got the tail in the back, and that's nasty work. Says WBA had a monkey mascot. Let me look this up. Let me look this up. What y'all talking about? The WBA. All right. Looking at it on Instagram, waiting for it to pull up. Thoughts on WBA racist monkey mascot? What did they? Why would they have a monkey as the? I don't understand why they would have a monkey as the. What is this? Is stupid, bro. Why would this ain't even funny? Like I don't get it. I don't even get that. Did they put a statement out addressing this to WBA? Let me see here. Solomon the monkey. Let me see something here. Yeah, I can't even see. I didn't even know this. It's just this is a YouTuber. I don't want to play his stuff. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me look at this real quick. Yeah, yeah, this is nasty work. I don't get what they were trying to do with that other than be racist. Like out of all of the mascots, you could have chose a lion, a tiger, a bear, whatever. A monkey? What is that supposed to represent? A monkey holding a belt. This is nasty work. WBA boxing, not the WNBA. The WBA boxing. Yeah, I think I said WNBA on accident. The sanctioning body, the WBA boxing sanctioning body, is crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that. I'm gonna see if they put out a statement. Let me see if they put out a statement on that. What's going on? Yeah, they did have that racist judge. I forgot about that. Yeah, yep. But you know, that's how people is. When people start talking, a lot of people, man, they be having racial biases and stuff. Boxer fan times four in the super chat, two piece appreciate the love. Says might be Tank. Uh, he the WBA super Reggie champ. Yeah, it might they might that might be Tank. Yeah, yeah. The monkey might be a representation of Tank. That's what he want to be considered. He want to call himself the gorilla, the ape, or something else like that. Man, call himself the ape. Just diabolical, man. How you call yourself the ape? Then get mad when somebody else call you a monkey. He said Hopkins and Franchon Cruz was in the ring with it. Man, but you know Bernard Hopkins, he one of them anyway. He sold out a long time ago. Yeah, Bernard Hopkins, he been sold out. He been cutting jigs, so that ain't no surprise. Let me see here. But anyway, man, I'm finna get up out of here. Tomorrow, I'm not gonna be live. Tomorrow, gotta go to a funeral, pay my respects to somebody. But other than that, I'll have some videos dropping tomorrow. But I'm not gonna do my morning show. So y'all enjoy yourself. Y'all be safe, man. I'm holler at y'all in a minute, man. 78 Sports TV. Salute to the mighty LDBC. Smash that like button, share the video. And bye, hit deuces.